welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Haley Hoffman-Smith, and I like to call myself the friend who helps you bring your pipe dreams to life through manifestation and motivation. I'm gonna do something a little bit different this vlog. Usually I do spiritual vlogs where I take one spiritual lesson and apply it over my week, where I'm like having it in mind, I'm thinking about it, but then obviously I don't know what's gonna happen that week. This time I'm gonna do a little bit of a challenge. The challenge I'm gonna give myself is doing 2 quantum leap meditations every single day. Honestly, when I first had the idea for this challenge, I was like, okay, let me just do 1 quantum leap meditation every single day, because it's very hard for me to stay consistent with them just because they are so potent. To set the scene, if you're new to like what quantum leap meditations are, the notion is that it's a meditation that you do for like at least 10 minutes where you are so embodied in the energy of the life that you want to live, of your future self, of your manifestations. You're in complete alignment with source, God, the universe, love. And it's such a high impact and empowering and energizing place to be in. And because of that, it honestly shifts the rest of your day. So I've had really interesting things happen in quantum leap meditations where like every single time I do it, I have like a tear form in this eye and then like drip down, even though I'm not crying. I have felt like I left my body, like not in a freaky way, but where you kind of like wake up and you're like, whoa, okay, I just did that. This morning I went ahead and did my very first one. I was kind of just like warming up. I knew I was gonna do this vlog, but I thought I would start tomorrow. And I just have to tell you guys, for backgrounds, I have just recently started a career in music, singing, songwriting. I have songs out on Spotify. And so a huge part of something I've personally been working through has been my fear of like getting out there and sharing my music. All this to say, and keep in mind, I am very, very new. I put out my first song only like 6 months ago. When I was doing a quantum leap meditation this morning, I was thinking about all the things that I want to experience with music. After the quantum leap meditation, I was on Spotify and I was thinking, man, look at how there's all of these like playlist covers or like pictures of artists on Spotify. If you go to your Spotify homepage, it's like, oh, daily mix, like release radar, there's certain like playlists, and then you'll see like your favorite musicians. There's like a picture of them on the front cover of the playlist. And so I was looking at like Taylor Swift and all the greats, and I was like, man, I like can't imagine like one day maybe my face would be on the cover of one of those. But to me, that feels so far off, right? Because I just started a music career, 6 months ago, put out my first song. I'm growing all by myself, but there's a lot of growing pains. All this to say, I had to start this vlog immediately and be like, okay, I'm doubling down on this, because look what happened today. Let me just be clear. I thought this morning after I did my quantum leap meditation, and then this happened like 2 hours ago. I started getting DMs of people saying I was the cover of their release radar. The Spotify logo, like everything I was thinking of. And then everybody started sending it to me. And I was the cover of the freaking release radar. And it's just exactly like what I saw in my mind's eye. Obviously this was my own, and I was like, wow, I was my own I was my own release radar. That's super nice. It was a very chilling moment because it was the first time in a long time that I have thought something, and then very, very quickly it showed up in my reality when I was convinced it was gonna be something that would take me years to get to. I truly believed that. Quantum leaps are no joke. Here's how this is gonna go down. I decided that I was gonna do 2 quantum leap meditations a day because I honestly believe if you're trying to start a new habit and historically you haven't been good at doing that habit, you should do it in a way where the commitment requires way more of like a thought, way more of like a structure, way more of a planning. Because honestly, vlogging is definitely gonna hold me accountable, because that would be a stupid vlog if I was like, sorry, I forgot for 3 days. But honestly, I'm more likely to get 1 quantum leap meditation done a day if my goal is 2 a day, as opposed to only having the goal of 1 and then like forgetting 2. I personally feel like committing in that way is gonna be really good for me. So I'm just gonna do it in a very easy way. First thing in the morning, when I wake up, I'll make my coffee, okay? And then I'm gonna do it at night as well. You can see my tea is warm yet. Cold yet. The other thing I'm gonna be doing is testing out certain quantum leap meditations that are just available on YouTube. The one that I have used pretty religiously is one by Brian Scott. I will link it up here. I'm gonna do that one tonight, and I did it this morning. It's very quick. You know, I love a good 10-minute one, easy, and then I love how it like gets up your energy and gets you going. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and log number 2 of 14 total Quantum Leap meditations. You're just gonna have to take my word for it that it happened this morning, because I promise it did, and I felt different all day. To hold myself extra accountable, I'm gonna make an Instagram story and share that I'm doing it, because a girl can just throw away vlog footage, but if she publicly declares it, that's kind of hard to go back on. Not 1, but 2 Quantum Leap meditations every single day for the next week. Guys, can you imagine if I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this 3-hour one every single day, like 2 a day? Okay, I just did number 2 of 14, and I'm probably just gonna do like a really quick takeaway. Wow, that was bright. She's back to earth, y'all. I'm gonna do probably just a quick takeaway on only a few, because if I did 14 takeaways, this would be the longest, most boring vlog ever. But something really profound happened. I was visualizing something that I've wanted for a really long time, something that feels really big. I felt almost like this divine voice in my head, or like knowing, that was saying, if you want this, all you have to do is say yes to it. And so I was like, yes. And all of a sudden, it's almost like I backed out of the image, and I saw that the entire image that I had constructed around me, like this visualization of my dream life, was a wallpaper, like a piece of paper you could peel off or put up. And this is so profound. Wow, I feel like my camera is gonna break because I'm saying something so profound. It was like, all it is an experience. If you want to have it and you choose to have it, you can have it. It's of your own creation. It was so wild. So I'm going to sleep on that note, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Day 2 of Quantum Leaping. I was gonna do it this morning before I got my day started, but I thought that a coaching call started at 10 and it started at 9. So good thing I checked. So I'm gonna settle in and do it now. And I guess we'll just see the difference, like me doing it not in the morning, but like after I've kind of gotten the day started. Okay, these are all so good. Honestly, just like a first peeky peek. I don't know, I'm feeling called to, this one's on the shorter end. Let's try this one.
Because you are alive, everything is possible.
Okay, good evening. It's time for number 4 of 14 Quantum Leaps. I've had a good day. Oh my. I've had a good day, and I just read my Cellophane Tarot, and the cards were so good. So I think it shows like I'm in some very, very, very good energy. Tonight, let's see, which Quantum Leap meditation should we do? Let's look at our options. This one looks interesting. Somehow it says I've already done it, but I do not remember that at all. 10-minute reality shift meditation. So it's also by Brian Scott, but just looks a bit shorter. So let's try it.
Let go of the outside world for 10 minutes. Whatever is more comfortable for you.
Okay, that was not my favorite Quantum Leap meditation I've ever listened to. And part of it was like, it took me a while to get into it. It was a lot of like breathing stuff and holding your breath. But then once I finally got into it, it was like over. Like I was finally like there, like in the reality, and I was like really liking it. And then he was like, okay, now go forth into your day. And I was like, wait. So I tried to like stay in it, but I don't know. But I got it done. So we're 4 in. Okay, I promise to document like changes, updates, anything that feels significant as I'm on this journey. So I did the meditation this morning. I have just had like a very, very good aligned day. The craziest part was like I drove to the studio this morning. It was super early because I was getting to the studio at 8. I had like such a magical drive. I felt super aligned. And then when I got to the studio, my producer's name is Ethan, and we're really good friends, but we don't talk a lot like when we're not in the studio together. I kept feeling like I had something to catch him up on and tell him about related to music and like our music together and stuff. And I could not figure out what it was. And then I realized this feeling of like exciting news and like good news was not actually from my current life, but it was from the quantum leap meditation. Like I convinced myself of that so much that I was like walking in there as if I had really good news to share and like something big had happened, and that was just so cool to recognize. Another really big unexpected piece of this is that doing the quantum leaps so far has made it way easier for me to do the habits that I know are good for me. I have really struggled with like consistent working out. I have a Peloton. Hello, Mr. Peloton, always in front of me. And I like barely ever use it. It's really bad. I would show you guys how often I've used it like on its little calendar, but it's super embarrassing. Today, like usually if I don't get in a ride in the morning, because this morning I had to go in so early, I'll call it a wash for the day. And today I crammed it in the middle of 2 coaching calls, which made me feel so good. And then I've also been checking my energy with this tarot deck, the Muse tarot deck. It's so good. It's literally my favorite tarot deck. I keep pulling the best cards, like the best cards, most aligned cards, very clear, major arcana cards. And I just did a little brief check-in on myself, and the card that I pulled was the Magician. And this card, if you're unfamiliar with tarot, is basically about being like a master manifester. It's literally like creating your destiny. And this, like, look at this right here. This looks like literally creating the cosmos. Like this looks like what happens when you quantum leap. And the download, this looks like a download coming from the cosmos. Looks like half creating it and half receiving it. I think it's really important as you're doing this process, as you're quantum leaping consistently, to be looking for the proof and evidence of those shifts, like the change that you feel emotionally, how much more energy you have, and then just tiny little things that happen that feel significant in some way. Oh, that reminds me, there's one other thing. Part of what I've been visualizing is like my dream apartment. There's this one building that I've always wanted to live in. And of course, like I have pictures of it on my phone. Today, I like picked up my phone, and under featured photos, like when you like swipe on your phone and then it's like on the search page, look what it said. A picture of my dream apartment. And then it says October at home. At home. Obviously, like the phone algorithm mistook it. Mistaked help for like my actual home. But I think that says something energetically, because I have so many pictures of my current apartment on my phone. Like I take a picture of my apartment basically every single day, but it chose that one. That's proof and evidence, baby. That is proof and evidence. Woo! Okay, it's time for number 2 of the day, which is gonna be my, oh my gosh, 4th? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why was that so hard? I'm gonna write this on my little board. Okay, there we go. Those are all that are left. So I'm on number 6 today. I just have 1, 2, 3, 4 more days, but I love this. I might as well just keep it up. Anyways, for my 6, now that we're on schedule, good to keep track, I'm trying this one, and I'm kind of just like going in as a leap of faith because it only has 3 comments. No offense to this video, but I'm feeling called to it. So for my piece of mindfulness, it's a shorter video. I think it's only like 10 minutes long.
My piece of mindfulness in a secluded, peaceful location. Quantum jumping meditation.
I liked some parts of that one, but not enough. And I'm really craving that like amazing feeling post quantum leap. So am I gonna do 3 in one day? I think I'm gonna do 3 in one day. I'm just gonna do the classic Brian Scott one again. Brian, if you're watching this, you are so amazing. I literally love your meditation.
Just like that, just relax.
Okay, that one felt much better. Since I'm like repeating a lot of the visualizations, it's starting to feel like less exciting, but I had an insight come to me because I was like, shoot, I can't get the excitement up as high as like when I first started these meditations. And what I heard, or what I downloaded in that moment was, well, the purpose of your life and like living at this higher state is to always be at such a high vibration that it's like you're living your dream life all the time. And so then there's nothing that can make you reactionary. Like when the things that you want to happen and come through, it's not like this huge jump in vibration. It's more like oh, okay, there you are, amazing. It was making me think about like, wow, well, if I really practice this vibration so much and I visualize it so much, will I still be happy when it comes, like when it manifests? And that was kind of a fear for me. Like, well, what if I'm not happy when it manifests? Like, isn't this all to be happy? And I just keep thinking like, no, the purpose of life is like to be in this amazing place of happiness and expansion. And obviously life is just going to keep getting better and better and better. But it's not like a I'll be happy when type of thing. It's like I will be literally so happy now. Let me just keep like mentally rehearsing these things that I want and then trust that that is the right vibration to call in what it is that I want. Woo! Also, just thought of an idea that I think would be fun for all of us to, other than like the cute little surprises that the universe sends through on a daily basis that prove the quantum leaps are working, to ask for something to show up in our reality that shows that we have shifted realities, which is kind of like what a quantum leap is trying to say. For me, it's more of like changing my vibration. I can't really fully get into all of the like shifting realities thing because that blows my mind. I think for the evidence that I'm looking for that I've shifted realities, I'm gonna base it off this. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. I want to be in a situation where I'm surrounded by blue string lights, something where it feels like I'm in this dimension. We'll see. Good night, you guys. Feeling extremely run down this morning, and I had a really busy day yesterday, but it's one of those types of run down where like it's because it feels like so much is changing. Like I'll never forget Manifestation Babe once posted this thing about how she went through this huge up level and she got sick, and I'm not claiming that energy because I'm gonna tap it out and I'll be totally fine, but it does feel like so much has changed energetically, and I feel so much new energy bursting into my space that my body's still catching up a little bit on top of like all the other things that I'm like doing, because I'm doing something really like big today. But it's just really amazing how it brings in momentum energy. So at first I was like, oh, I'm just really tired, maybe I should do the quantum leap later, and I'm like, Haley, all you gotta do is lay there. Let's see which one we're gonna do today. Okay, my friend Amanda recommended this one, so all right, let's try it. Loved it. Okay, day 4, quantum leap number 8. I am really tired, but I had an amazing day, and this might make me fall asleep, but maybe that will be good. And I'm just gonna do trusty steed Brian Scott, even though I really loved this morning.
Do this again anytime.
Good morning, you guys. Okay, this is like a really good little opportunity to show I'm still doing the quantum leap even when I'm really busy. I've been up getting ready because I'm heading to Maryland for a retreat with my EFT practitioner. So I'm about to hit the road. I was like, shoot, I haven't even done a quantum leap yet. It's only 10 minutes though. In your head, that always sounds like it's so much time, and you gotta like lock yourself in a dark room and a lot, like 30 minutes to 45 minutes for it. It's just 10 minutes. We're gonna make it super easy. This Brian Scott video really gets going around the 4-minute mark. Like if you don't want to do all like the breathing and like the banging on the chest stuff, which I think there's probably, like if I do the whole thing, I probably feel a little bit better, but for the sake of just like getting the visualization in, the good feelings in, I'm just gonna start at this 4-minute mark, and I think that's gonna be even less than 10 minutes. It's really not that big of a commitment. It's officially quantum leap number 9 on day 5. Wow.
You can feel it tingle. You might feel a little bit of joy and happiness just build up in your stomach.
Okay, hi guys. I am in Maryland. We're staying at this really gorgeous like beachfront condo. I look so tired because it was a long drive today, and I'm just feeling tired in general. I've gotten a lot of questions like, is it normal to be feeling super tired as you're doing quantum leaps? Honestly, I'm like learning this as we all go. So I don't know, but I know for me personally, I have been feeling extremely tired, and I almost feel like it's an integration type of thing. Like so much new energy is coming in as a result of like doing these meditations and visualizations. So it makes sense that like our body needs a hot second to catch up. I'm feeling inspired tonight to try a new one. So let's look at our options, shall we? Ooh, okay. I feel like this might be a good one. Someone recommended it. Meet your radiant self. So let's do it. Something else I've been doing is trying to like lay down more when I'm leaping instead of just sitting up, because I think it just like allows you to relax even more. Hey guys, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Look at my eyes. Today's Saturday night. Today's Saturday night. Today was Saturday. It's nighttime now. It was actually a kind of short session, but a very transformational session with my EFT practitioner, Tiffany. And I napped so hard after. This morning I did a little quantum leap on the beach, which was really nice. So it's 9:30 and I really just want to go to sleep. I'm so tired, but I gotta honor my commitment. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the Brian Scott one, just because I really like it and it's so quick. The one that I did last night, the one of like meeting your higher self or whatever, it was good, but it was definitely long, and I'd say that I don't know if I would do it again. Let's put it that way. Like, it was good because it created that space for me to really get into the flow of visualization because it was so long. I mean, it's really good, and there were actually a lot of aspects to it that I did really like, but she kept saying like, oh, you like see that this version of yourself is like empowered and brave and like all those really good affirmations, but I found it to be a little distracting personally. The one thing I will say that I got from the visualization that was really amazing was she had you like leave your body. Like she says, okay, imagine like floating up above yourself, and then all of that was very, very profound. So I actually would recommend doing that one once so you can experience like what she talks about there, and then obviously just see if it was a good fit for you. I feel like I do best personally just listening to music as I'm like quantum leaping, so the Brian Scott one like hits every time for me because he says so little, and what he does say, it's like, oh, okay, that's guiding me to the next step of what I'm doing here, and then the music's so empowering, and that really helps me like conjure the emotions. I honestly have no idea what day it is of this challenge or what number quantum leap this is, but it really is making a difference in how I feel. So, yay. Okay, let's do this. This morning, but I got my lashes done, and when I was getting my lashes done I did 2 quantum leaps, literally 2, but they're on Spotify and it's by Brian Scott, but it's a longer one. It's 30 minutes long and it's this one, and I really actually loved it. It was really good. Guided meditation, quantum jumping into your dream reality. It's one of these around maximum wealth. I guess it was maybe this one, or got like halfway through. That one played too. So these are good like guided quantum leap meditations. It was cool to be like in the zone because getting your lashes done takes a while. Yay! Okay, my friends, update time for my very last quantum leap of the challenge, but I will definitely be doing these consistently and probably daily for like the rest of my life because this has been so amazing. I took 2 days off. I guess it was kind of 2 days because actually something very interesting came up. I don't know if I would have noticed if I hadn't been with my EFT practitioner. So I was at the beach this weekend with my EFT practitioner, and I was so emotional and I couldn't figure out why. And once we started diving in deeper, I realized that I had a lot of like limiting beliefs coming up for me around like, is it really possible to have it all? And it makes sense, right? Because when we have these big energetic shifts because of these meditations, it definitely bring stuff up in our subconscious around like, is this possible for me? And so I think like pacing yourself is really important. 2 a day was definitely wild, and I feel so different still, and I just continue to in really good, healthy, amazing, expansive ways. I really love all of it. I caution against just doing quantum leaps again and again and again without like looking within and noticing how the quantum leap is affecting you emotionally and what limiting beliefs it could be bringing up, because that's just so friggin' critically important. I also have to say the Brian Scott 10-minute one is my favorite by far. It literally has everything. I really like trying out the others, but for tonight and for the last of the challenge, I'm definitely gonna do the Brian Scott one. Yay! Okay, let's do it.